I have two lifelong friends who you'll probably be interviewing at some point, and that's Youth and Guy Pratt. And all three of us went to this very weird Christian boarding school in North Oxfordshire, near the Rollright Stones, which is the second most significant stone circles in the UK outside of Stonehenge.
I grew up through the 60s in my early days, and I sort of remember Sergeant Pepper's and my dad bringing that home and playing that. Early 70s, when I was about 12, I started getting into music a lot, glam rock and stuff. First record I bought was David Essex, which is still an amazing record, amazing bass line.
I didn't want to play the bass at all. I wanted an electric guitar. And of course my mum said, "Oh darling, why don't you get a nice Spanish one?" A toaster would have been nearer what I was after than a Spanish guitar. So I asked for a bass guitar because I didn't really know what one was. And I thought they wouldn't really know what one was.
There was only 250 kids at the school, so there was a lot of space.
Alex has a real thing, because I hated it. I hate that school. I don't go to any reunions.
It was almost like a prison. In fact, we didn't have a headmaster, we had a warden.
You didn't just have to go to work at day, you had to work after your supper as well, which was nice, brilliant. But then you got 2 hours before you had to go to bed, where it was your only time of the day, which was your time. And there was always a mad rush to the music room.
And each house had what was called a jazz cellar, which had a stereo and sort of bad murals of Jimi Hendrix on the wall.
But we'd get these broomsticks and just turn the lights down, turn the music up loud, and then just play air guitar for hours and hours.
Each house had a different theme of music. So if you went to visit a mate over in Durham House, they might be playing Roxy music. If you went down to Norwich House, they'd be playing Status Quo or some horrible things, actually, that I don't want to remember.
I was in Bradford House, and Alex and Youth were in Sheffield, which was generally considered the most yobbish and rebellious of all the houses.
I started a little band there with Guy Pratt, who later went on to be Pink Floyd's bassist and a top 5 session bassist in the world. So it was a joke, though. I mean, the band was just like baked bean cans and record player and one little guitar, and Guy had a bass. I think we'd play along to Stones records, basically.
Because of the bass guitar, we became friends and we started a band. And he was best mates with Alex. So I was a bit scared of him, actually.
Why do you say you were scared of him?
I don't know. Sheffield, people in Sheffield were just generally quite scary.
Yeah, again, it was tribal boarding school. It wasn't what area of the city you came from, like a secondary school. It was what area of the country you came from. So if you weren't from Manchester or Liverpool and you were from London...
So music became this little window for which we could escape into our imaginations and into a world that was a better place. And we certainly learned the power of that there through being kind of incarcerated in this school.
I went back to it too, did a little bit of editing. I thought it was a little kind of